Good afternoon, Uganda Christian University. Welcome for the Parliamentary Aspirants debate that is going to start in a few. Before we start, we shall have an opening prayer from Beatrice Namkonda, and after that, we shall introduce our moderator and we head into what has brought us here.
All right. Good afternoon, Uganda Christian University. I am Namkunda Beatrice as introduced. So before we commence our virtual parliamentary debate, let us have a short prayer. Let's humble ourselves wherever we are. All right, Heavenly Father, we're about to commence the Parliamentary 2023 Virtual Aspirants debate. Guide us and lead us through all of it. In Jesus' mighty name I prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Beatrice, and I'd like to take this opportunity to read the order we are going to follow, just so that you know what's going to happen. We are done with the opening prayer, and I'll pass on a communication. Then we shall have the School of Law aspirants, MP resident female aspirants, MP international aspirants, MP School of Business aspirants, MP Engineering Technology aspirants, MP non-residents male aspirants, MP Agriculture Sciences aspirants, MP Nursing Science, MP School of Journalism, MP residents male, MP Social Sciences, MP non-residents female. Then we shall have a closing prayer. Our moderator of the day is Okot Ola. He's a graduate at Makerere University from the School of Law. Before he takes on before he continues this whole process, we shall go for a break briefly, and we shall get back into the debate. Thank you.
Yay.
Cut.
Cut.
Okay.
So we are cut, yeah? So there's nothing recording, right? The moderator said cut, I was like, it's 10. Let's go. How was it? Why did you snap us doing?
See what posture looks good.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you were on that. My hands are full. Ask me what they do.
Oh, thank you. So are we ready to have School of Law? Have the names. Yeah. I just needed it for my own reference. They will introduce themselves. Yeah. Julius Caesar. Okay. All right. Just checking. School of Door is open. Julius Caesar. Moderators have their own like rules sometimes. No, it takes like 10 seconds. How long does it take? Because either way when they come out, it's just like when you're ready, just do a countdown for 3. Greetings, Uganda Christian University. My name is Okot Ola, today's moderator. I am honored to deliberate discussions around who will be the issues that will define the terms of the next members of parliament of the university. And to start with, of course, we are starting with Mighty Law School. We have 2 candidates here, great candidates. We shall be running through a few questions to see what they have to offer to you, dear students, and their voters as well, but also some of the issues that they think are overbearing on the students, but also some of the solutions and how they will keep interacting with you as and when you do vote them as your leaders. My name is Okotola once again, and I'm glad to moderate this session. We shall go straight to business. Gentlemen, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, you could introduce yourself, starting with the gentleman on my immediate left, to your potential voters.
Very good afternoon. My name is Hilary Nwahereza, and I'm aspiring for MP, Faculty of Law, Uganda Christian University.
Mr. Hilary, what's your slogan?
My slogan is redefining excellence.
Nice, nice. And it's a great pleasure to have you here. We hope that you're able to convince our viewers watching keenly, and you kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Christian greetings, fellow students. My name is Chiza Julius. I'm a third-year law student, vying for the position of MP, School of Law, the mighty School of Law.
What's your slogan?
My slogan is together let's make it happen.
Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to have you, my comrade. Just to start with immediately, my brother, you want to contest as the Member of Parliament for School of Law, and I've got to know that that's the biggest school in the university. What makes you the best candidate among all the students to be able to represent the issues of students of law?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. What makes me the best candidate is my dedication to serve the fellow students in the Faculty of Law. Mm-hmm. I'm dedicated, I'm a very serious person, and I'm a very oriented person. So when it comes to representation, I'm that right person to represent the School of Law.
Mm. Thank you very much. And gentleman on my left, why this position among all else?
Well, I've chosen this position because as a law student, I feel entitled to do something that will cause a change to my faculty because law is my passion, and therefore I feel that it is something that I'm really supposed to do.
All right. Thank you very much. And back to you, my brother, Comrade Kiza. We have already stated that law school is one of the biggest colleges, but it is also one of the most expensive courses. One of the issues, as usual, is students trying to get the tuition needed for to be able to finalize the semester. What as a student leader will you be able to do to try and cater for some of these less advantaged colleagues?
Okay, thank you so much. In an institution like UCU, we know we are the most expensive university. And when it comes to the courses like the Bachelor of Laws, we pay approximately to 3.2 million Ugandan shillings, which is really expensive. Not everyone can afford this money. Mm. And like when people report, some people report when their funds are there, but then in the middle of the journey, funds have nowhere to be obtained from. Some lost parents, others, parents lost jobs. Now, those people become less privileged when it comes to tuition policies. Now, as an MP School of Law, once I've been given the mandate, I will create initiatives, for example, whereby we can say that let every month or every week, each of us be collecting 2K to save a friend.
Yes.
So that we make sure that we all graduate. Indeed, it looks nice when all of us have graduated and we meet in courts as land defense. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Kiza, and I hope our dear voters do get that. I remember that. And my brother, Comrade, we do have an issue still around missing marks. But also, being the biggest school, there could be other academic issues. How do you intend to address the issue of missing marks? But also, shed a light on some of the problems faced academically by the students of law being the biggest number.
Well, what you've talked about is very important because missing marks have indeed been a problem from the start. I came here, I found missing marks being a problem, and it is still a problem. But then, why hasn't it been solved yet? I think the administration has not given it the attention that it deserves. And I feel like we need to talk to the administration and be able to create a time where missing marks can actually be addressed specifically. Just like we have some particular days where like library week, we can also have a day where students get to interact with their former lecturers and actually be able to get their missing marks because it is important. One of the reasons why I'm in this race is because I was inspired to advocate for this. I have a friend who wanted to come for this same post, but he was unable to come because he had missing marks from last semester. And I felt so touched because everyone should be given that opportunity. They have a right to exercise, to stand if they want, but he was denied that right because he has missing marks. And about the other problems that affect law school, well, we have problems such as inconsistencies in the timetable, irregular lectures. Apparently, we have a problem whereby some lecturers decide to teach from up to late hours. You find students learning.
Is that a bad thing?
I think it is not supposed to be a bad thing. If only we were given the time to read.
Okay.
But our timetable, in our timetable, we are supposed to study from 8 in the morning up to 6 in the evening. So when it goes beyond 6, and yet we have assignments, we have tests. I think that brings up another problem.
How do you plan to deal with this problem?
How I plan to deal with that problem is to engage the administration.
Yes.
I think we haven't been given rationales as to why they are doing such things.
Yes.
Such policies are introduced, but we don't have the rationale. And maybe, because I believe the administration are parents. These are parents, and they would understand. So if we engage them, I'm so sure they would really find a solution for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for that answer. And back to you, Comrade Kiza. What's the first thing you'll do as a member of Parliament?
Okay, as a member of Parliament, once I'm being given the mandate, the first thing I'm going to do is effective representation. So our colleagues who have come earlier before us, they have tried, but now when it comes to effective representation and bridging the communication gap, indeed it is lacking. So I'm going to make sure that indeed when policies have been come up with by the faculty, I'm going to make sure that at least people get to know them earlier. So that is effective representation. Still, the issue of missing marks, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to make sure that it's one of the things I'm going to try to advocate for, so that it is it ends. Because when you enter into an institution like UCU, you sign what you call it's like a social contract between us and the institution.
Yes.
When we pay our money, what they're supposed to give us back is our results. You pay the money, you do the exams, you're supposed to get results. Now, since UCU is one of the best e-learning centers in Uganda, it has really embraced that aspect of going digital. So the way we have now, we receive marks on Alpha. We have an Alpha app where we find our marks as there. So I'm going to advocate for a follow-up of missing marks like digital, because when results come out, sometimes we'll be off same. Someone is in Imbarala, but they are telling him or her to follow up concerning your marks, come to main campus, which is really not good. But if you create an online follow-up of missing marks, like the way we receive our marks on Alpha, we no longer go to the notes boards. That one can be better. So I'm going to advocate for that, like the technology department of UCU, to try and come up, you get to know that, when the results come back, you have a missing mark. You have that option, you feed in the missing mark you have, then you keep following up, it has been now worked upon. Now it has reached the stage whereby it needs the Senate to approve the marks and so on.
All right. Thank you very much. And I hope our dear listeners and also your potential voters are listening in keenly. And that marks the end of the first. Briefly, we are going to run into a general knowledge session. There is a saying that without bad people, there would not be good lawyers. But also without problems, there would not be good lawyers. Starting with you. Last week, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, amongst all his problems he's dealing with, announced that Uganda would be effectively removed from as a beneficiary of African Growth and Opportunities Act, AGOA, where Uganda had the opportunity to export tax-free goods, 1,800 to the US. Many claim different reasons for that, including the Anti-Homosexuality Act, among others. What is your opinion, Council, on that matter?
Well, my opinion, first of all, the decision of the United States to remove Uganda from AGOA, which we have actually been benefiting from, however much as there are controversies as to how it has been beneficial, it has been mishandled by the government in some way, but regardless, we do need it. But I think this is a violation of our sovereignty because, first of all, Uganda is entitled to make its own laws. It's laws that govern Ugandans within its borders. The law does not affect Kenyans. It affects Ugandans. And Ugandans have allowed the law because its representatives have actually voted for the law to come into place. So I feel like it is really unfair. And on one hand, I feel like it's an inspiration to Ugandans to work hard and stop being dependent. Otherwise, we shall keep in a neo-colonialism era because we are being forced to accept morals and values that are actually not part of us. So in my opinion, I feel like it's not fair.
Thank you very much for that. And briefly, last month we saw the Honorable Chagulani coming back from abroad, and he was effectively picked from the aeroplane, aloof of all the normal procedures of stamping you back into the country and taken to his home. The government claims that was for security, but he claims that was a violation of his rights. As account do you make of that incident?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. what is my say concerning that? First of all, what the government did wasn't right 100%. It is a violation of his rights. Article 29 of the Constitution, which is the supreme law, provides everyone with a right of expression, a right to assemble and to associate in any way he wants. So as Chagulanyi being a citizen of Uganda means he's entitled to such a right. But now seeing a government coming, picking up someone before even checking in the country, because when you're entering a country, you're supposed to check in. That really doesn't give a good precedent to some of us. But on either way, the other side, like you need to find something like a win-win. So that 100 million march, whereas Article 29 says that we have a freedom of expression, but now this freedom is a derogable right, like it's not 100%. You are supposed to enjoy it, not at the expense of the others. So that 1 million march, on the other hand, it was going like to sabotage businesses on the road and so on. So either way, that's my take.
Yes, thank you very much. And just to conclude, I would like to give you 10 seconds, starting with you, Comrade Kiza, to say something, a call of action to your potential voters.
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Chiza Julius. I'm a third-year law student. The reason why I'm here is to give a cause, a conviction, and a proper justification to why I should be voted as your next MP School of Law. So once I've been voted into power, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to work upon my 3 points manifesto. That is to say effective representation, that is to say effective advocacy, and that is to say Ubuntuism. That is togetherness. Together, let's make it happen.
Thank you very much. And Comrade, your call to action.
Oh, well, at all my potential voters, as my slogan is, we have to redefine excellence. When we came to Uganda Christian University, we were told that it is a center of excellence in the heart of Africa. Therefore, we want to call on to the administration to realize that, because that's what inspired some of us to come to this institution. And that is why I will be a leader that will create an inclusive environment that will be determined to represent the interests of the students, and that will make sure that each and every one of you has a say in the policies that will be made by my administration. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time. It was a great pleasure. And to our dear viewers and voters, there you have it. 2 gentlemen who have laid their case. They have also showed you their competence. The vote is holy, and it is yours. Do make a decision, and hopefully whoever wins, you will continue to work with each other for the betterment of School of Law. Thank you very much. Stick with us as we continue with these discussions with several potential members of Parliament coming here to give you a show of who they are and their competences. Thank you very much. How long did you take? I don't think it was more than 15. They were really precise.
But that was okay. That was good.
All right. I hope I didn't say GRC. It was ringing in my head. All right, our dear viewers, welcome back to yet another segment of today's series, where we are listening in from contestants vying for the position of Member of Parliament over and across different constituents within the university. And right here with me is one of the most important constituents of the university, the female residents, and they are vying, of course, to be the leaders of that unit. And quickly, I will be allowing them to introduce themselves, starting with the lady on my immediate left. Please introduce yourself, but also remind us of your slogan.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Irene Nakamate, and I'm a third-year law student at Uganda Christian University, and I'm vying for the position of MP Residence Female, and my slogan is in service and solidarity.
Interesting slogan there. Yes, our colleague, you could introduce yourself and, of course, remind us of your slogan.
Thank you so much. My name is Kabatesi Deborah, and I am also a third-year law student. I am vying for the post of MP resident, female, and my slogan is achieving greater accomplishments together.
Yes, thank you very much. And finally.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. My name is Joy Chigozi, and I'm a third-year law student at Uganda Christian University, and my slogan is where service meets leadership. I'm also coming for the post of MP resident, female.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't know if it's only law students who stay in, who are residents. Oh, it's a coincidence. All right, starting from you, what makes you a better, better fit for this position compared to your other two classmates and opponents?
Thank you very much for the question. I would rather say last semester when we were on, that was January, I had a chance to serve as a residential assistant. So that gave me a chance to work with both the administration and the students. But then when I was certain of what constituency I wanted to go and lead, I went on to do a survey when the roadmap was released, and I got to interact with the various students, especially those at St. Matthew's, Mbogo, and Sabiti. Yeah, so when doing that survey, it opened my eyes to quite a number of challenges they're facing. There are challenges I had faced as a person, but I didn't want to speak from my own point of view, because that would be selfish. Yes, so what makes me a better candidate is that I'm actually certain, that I have acquainted myself with the challenges of my people, and I have come up with various solutions that are workable for both.
Could you list some of those challenges, just very precisely?
Yes, so my most burning issue and cry to the administration is when it comes to the hygiene. Not only the female residents, but also the male residents. Because when I was lobbying for votes, you would find a male resident asking you, you are a female, how are you going to help me by voting you? And having worked with the administration earlier, it helped me to know the structure of how the residents are actually working. So we have the custodians, the wardens, the residential assistants, the various MPs, and then the entire residents. So that helps you to know that who do I go to for what issue. So the person it's just a matter of knowing that the issues females face also cut across to males. So that brings us to the point of hygiene. The bathrooms are in a dire state. You'll find that there are no disinfectants. And when you check with Alan Galpin, they'll tell you that most cases they're registering are UTI cases. So where does that leave our hygiene as persons? So when you are to look at how the bathrooms are being cleaned, you will see that there are no disinfectants used. Thursday this week, I had a chance to speak to an administrator, a close administrator of the residential halls. And they told me that they actually provide this equipment, but you'll find that it's being used in particular areas. If you're to access the toilets on library, they're actually clean. So the question is, we are multiple people using these toilets. Why aren't there disinfectants? We have to move a bit fast and more precisely. We'll get back to you, especially on the solution about that. But our dear voters, there you have a colleague here standing on her experience. Let's hear from a lady in the middle. Why this position? You're a law student. You could have gone for MP, School of Law. So why do you want to be the MP, female residents?
Thank you so much. There is a reason as to why I did not come for MP law, but MP residence. I might not have the experience of being a residential assistant, but I have passion for service. I am a believer, and I believe we as believers ought to serve God. And this drives me to the point of me coming for this post. I want to serve God. I want to serve people. And I've been in these halls of residence since my first year,
Yes.
and the issues that I've seen that need to really be worked on.
Please state the issues for the
example,
record.
I will term all of them as maintenance issues. The sockets in the halls of residence, sometimes the curtains in the bathrooms, and how do I want to do this? By ensuring that the maintenance people are always efficient with responses to student call-outs. Yeah, so I believe I am capable for this position because above all, I want to serve God. Yes, and His people.
Wow, thank you very much, dear candidate there, and I hope our dear voters have listened. I don't want to say what premise you're on, but you seem indeed a very passionate person about these issues. And finally, Miss Joy, the far right, but not any less capable, of course. Please, why this position? Why are you coming for residents, MP of female residents?
Well, I'm not in this race for conflict, first of all. I'm here to serve people. So in my first year, I happened to have a roommate, and we had a little discussion with her. She told me, I'm so grateful to the guild fund, but she was telling me that the money is not really enough.
Yes.
So yeah, but I'm so grateful to our guild president that this time the money was increased. So that gave me, as a leader, you always see innovative ideas. So for her, she saw it as a big problem. Personally, I saw that I can get an innovative step from it.
Yes.
So me coming for this position, I want to come up with resident fund. Well, we have guild fund, but it's not really enough. You realize we have a lot of tuition issues in UCU. So this resident fund, we're not going to leave the burden to the guild. We also can shift it to our...
What issues will the resident fund be addressing?
The residents. So this money, the resident fund, if the guild fund, if you get money from guild, then as a resident, you also have another mandate to get another resident fund. So to be a top-up. You get?
This is for dealing with issues around tuition.
Tuition. If you have any tuition issue, because you connect with the guild run, they always have guild tuition, tuition for. But then I also want to come up with a resident fund. So if you get tuition fund from the guild, then as a resident, you can also get tuition fund from us. So that's why I called it the resident fund. So my residents, anytime, if you have any tuition issues, we are going to work on that. When you get from the guild fund, then we can also add up for you as a resident. Then another thing is, one time I made research as to why Mr. Stephen came up with the halls, because some media was asking him, why do you make it compulsory for students, first years, to be in hall? And he said he had a view of them cooperating and unity. And I looked at it, I'm like, how can I unite my students in hall? And I really want to come up with inter-hall sports. We can have inter-hall sports. This can easily unite us. So you always look at something that will always unite students. So matches will always unite students. We can maybe have a match between Insibambi or Honors College. The girls can have netball or what. That is already unity. So he came up with that idea of unity. So we have to push for it.
Yes.
So this will always unite our students as residents, to always keep us united.
All right. Thank you very much for all those views and all the three candidates. Right now, I'd just like to go a bit into, being a bit more precise. And of course, this position is for 1 year, and we all know next year there will be another lot here being interviewed. What's the thing you'll do in your first month? What's the first thing that you'll do as a priority as an MP?
My priority.
Yes.
Still on the same issue, hygiene. Because I have been subject to a UTI, and trust me, dealing with a UTI is actually very expensive.
Yes.
That you find that because when you interact with students, some will tell you honestly, it's not the cleaner's fault. Yes, there is that part, but then there's also a fault on our side as residents. That as much as we look mature and everything, but certain people do not know how to use it.
We spoke about the problem, but like what steps can be taken?
The steps that can be taken is that we realize we have various stakeholders in this
university. And like the administrator communicated with me, it is a contract
Yes.
that you're going to find in the residential stakeholders. You have the custodians and wardens, you have the 7-star cleaning company that is in charge of cleaning, and then you have the welfare department,
Yes.
that is the peer lake. So what I am looking at as a person
Yes.
is that how do I hold each of these accountable to us?
Yes.
Because the administration will tell you they provide money for this material. My question to them was, couldn't they go back and negotiate their contract? That probably let the administrators buy the cleaning equipment, keep it with the custodian, because the custodian's office is always open.
Yes.
That you're going to come back for a refill every
Yes,
single
yes.
time. That we're going to have things like Vim, we're going to have things like toilet bowls, we're going to have things like Jik, we're going to have disinfectants, and that is going to make people feel more safe, and you're not going to have to convince a first year
Yes.
that hey, it's mandatory to sleep in hall and all that. You're actually going to make them fall in love with the idea of sleeping in hall,
Yes.
because they know they are, because a healthy mind is a wealthy mind.
Yes.
So my issue is on, in my first month, that is what I'm looking at,
Yes.
to make sure that we are having safe, convenient areas, bathrooms are clean, the curtains are being washed,
Yeah.
the walls are being cleaned,
Yeah.
that there is sensitization on how to use the public
Yes.
toilets.
Thank you very much. And that same question goes to you. What's the first thing you'll do in the first month that your voters can count on you and also call you out if it's not achieved?
True. My first priority still is about maintenance. How will I do this to make sure that it is effective? For example, we have, like she said, the 7-star cleaning company,
Yes.
and maintenance. Above all, we have the electricians. We have all those people accountable.
Yes.
What am I going to do with these people? We are going to make sure that every time we at least hold meetings, let's say every Friday of the month, every last Friday of the month, to call these people, and let's say we shall have made a program with them.
Yes.
This month, we are going to make sure that you're always there for electrical issues, because sometimes people have bulbs,
Yes.
and they call these people and actually they don't show up. But this is because they don't have accountability, because they know I'll go there anytime.
Yes.
But if it is within a month, because we're talking about something that is practical, we cannot call these people every Friday,
Yeah.
but at least a month. After a month, we evaluate how we're going to do this. We're going to put suggestion boxes
Yeah.
for the residents, both inside and outside,
All right.
because sometimes these people outside feel left out.
Yes.
So we put on these suggestion boxes, and everyone puts in their issue.
Yes.
And before a month starts, we read all these issues, and sometimes they're similar.
Yeah.
So we call these people, show them the issues that they need to be worked on,
Yes.
and then they will have to be accountable.
Yes.
So through accountability,
Yes.
through evaluation, they're
Yes.
really going to do their
Yes.
job.
Thank you very much for that. And finally, what will you do in your first month as MP of female residents?
I'll still rely on resident fund, as I said.
Yeah.
I'll start up a 2K campaign,
Mm.
like residents, we shall always, for those,
2,000 shillings.
yes, it's 2,000 shillings, so that that is the way we are lobbying for funds,
Yeah.
because we need funds. So we shall start up with a 2K campaign, right? So this money, as a leader, you have to delegate roles. You can't do this alone.
Yes.
So I'll have a team that I'll delegate the roles. They'll help us with collecting this money, and then they'll have accountability for it, because we need to show our people that there is accountability for this money.
Yes.
Yes. So I believe by doing this, we shall be accountable to everyone that your money is safe and it's going to be used to help someone.
Yes.
And if someone will ask, will that money be really enough?
Yes.
If it's not enough, as a leader, you have the mandate to reach out to different people for these funds. You can reach out to the school alumni. You can reach out to very many officers.
Yes.
You get? So you can really get this money and help a student who has a tuition issue.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And I would like to, we are closed session, but I would like to give each of you 30 seconds to make a call of action to your potential voters. This time I'll start with you, Joy.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for this. Well, with all this I've said, I really believe that as we are all there struggling with tuition issues, especially residents. Please endeavor to give me your vote. We shall change a lot of things because we have to work on funds. People are suffering about tuition, so give me the mandate to stand for you so that I can help with this. Thank you very much. Please vote for me. Come on the 15th this month. That is next week. I shall make it the best for you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. It was a pleasure listening to your, our views today. Yes, the lady in the middle.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I'll start with, in a few minutes, I'll start with...
Oh, we have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I'll say it is not a single effort, but a collective one.
Yes.
I believe we all have what we are standing for here.
Yeah.
And I promise the residents, if I go through, I'll surely want to work with both of them because I believe we have a collective effort.
Yes.
No matter who goes through, no matter who loses, or I believe we all have to work together. And come the 14th of November, vote Kabatesi Deborah for MP residents, female. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. There you have it. And finally, of course, please speak to your voters.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
To all my dear voters, thank you for thus far. You have pushed me. And I am working on a 4-point program, which includes security and safety, welfare and well-being, inclusivity and representation, as well as better communication channels for our halls of residence. Help me bring this to life in service and solidarity. I remain Irene Nakamate, and I call you upon the Wednesday of that is next week, Wednesday 15th November 2023. Log on to your Alpha and trust me with your mandate, and you shall not be disappointed. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of this session. Thank you very much, Joy, Deborah, and Irene. It was a pleasure having you. And what's wrong? We're done.
Do you have questions?
Oh, you'll have to cut back.
Continue.
You sent it. Okay. Yes, we continue with the discussion. Briefly, just before we close today, we do have questions from a couple of people who are following online. The first question goes to you, Irene. You have been an RA before, but you didn't ensure the cleanliness for your block the way you're saying. So why should we entrust you with being our MP?
Oh, wow. Anyway, thank you for the question. I'm not going to be defensive.
Yes.
The reason as to why you should trust me, it's because that was the first time I was getting acquainted. And first time opportunity gave me a chance to open my eyes to what could actually happen. And doing a survey, the reason as to why I'm most passionate about hygiene is because it's been a cry. It's been in every hall of residence that I have stepped in, all the way from Sabiti to Little Angels to St. Matthew's to Mbogo. Their biggest cry has been hygiene.
Yes.
And it was my first time of working. I didn't know how the administration could respond to it. And the reason as to why
So you think you're in a better place?
Yes, I'm in a better place.
All right.
Because I have interacted with both the students and the administration.
Yes.
So it's on that basis that they should trust me, that I'm actually more knowledgeable and more acquainted and in a better position to bring it to life.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, we interrupted this to make sure we have the views of the people following online. And one question goes to, it says it goes to all MPs, but I think the two of you can answer given the time. Just 30 seconds. Hello, my question is to all MP residents. Why is it that the accommodation and food prices is high? Just in 30 seconds, and she'll also have a say then before we close.
Thank you so much. I do not want to say lies because I personally, accommodation money being increased, it is something we are also still inquiring about because you realize it increased, but the services are still the same. So that is something I'm also ensuring to work on under my Wi-Fi policy, that I did not talk about it, but it's also under the Wi-Fi policy. The halls of residence that are outside campus, and they do not have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
That is also something I want to inquire in, and I believe I'm capable.
Yes.
Yes. For the food prices,
Yeah.
it is choice to pay for
Yeah.
dining meals.
Yeah.
So you can pay at any place
Yes.
because it was removed from the accommodation.
All right.
fee.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
You so
And
much.
finally, Joey, speaking to the same question, why is it the accommodation and food prices is high? Is coming from a listener.
Thank you for this question. Well, just like she said, that food is not compulsory to be paid for at the DH. So I feel like if it's really expensive, maybe someone can choose any other place where to pay for meals because it's not mandatory. At first it was, but as of now, it's not really mandatory to pay for the meals that they call expensive because it's 1 million. So someone can choose another place.
Yes.
And about the
Accommodation.
that is
That's something you think your fund can address?
yes, but that is too much with the administration.
All
But
right.
it's about you as a leader to reach out, talk to the administration, and see how we can work out things. But you
Yes.
can't really promise now, as of
Yeah.
now, that you will go and change the prices and all that.
True.
You can't really.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah? You can't really do that. But it's just sitting at the same table with the administration, address the issue, see what they have to say about it,
Yeah.
and then yes.
All right. Thank you very much, and thanks for taking time to answer some of the questions of the listeners. It's very important in this democratic process. I think the female residents have a very solid pool of leaders to select from, and that's a good sign. And I hope that come the day of voting, everybody exercises their mandate and is able to select the best leader. And of course, that you continue to work together despite or in spite of the results. Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure hosting you here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, Uganda Christian University, welcome back to this series that we are having today, where we are running through a series of young leaders vying for the positions of Member of Parliament amidst different constituents that are available for them to be selected from. Right here is a very interesting constituency, which is international students whom you seek to represent. And I have two interesting candidates here as well, whom I will be asking the questions that matter, especially to international students, but also, of course, that spills over to other students within the university where you'll be a leader. But before we go into those issues, I'd like you to introduce yourself, starting from the gentleman on my left.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
By the name is.
Speak a bit louder too.
Good afternoon, everyone. By the name is Daniel Mulengeti Mishono. I'm from Congo as an international student. I'm coming as MP international student. My slogan is about borderless unity.
Yes, thank you very much. Comrade Shona, there are two Congos, so we need to be sure.
I'm from Congo, DRC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, brother here is from Democratic Republic of Congo and not Congo Brazzaville.
Yeah.
But of course, he's very much a Ugandan as well, living and thriving here. And my dear sister, please introduce yourself to your potential voters.
Good afternoon. My name is Asunta Kwaje Asunta Agre. I am in second year doing Bachelor of Laws, and yeah, I'm from South Sudan, vying for the position of MP International Student. And my slogan is an ear and a voice. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'd like to start with the gentleman here. Could you please shed more light on what's the state of affairs for international students at UCU, and how do you intend to make that better?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
International student at Uganda University, we are international student at Uganda University. We are among 7 to 8 associations,
Yes.
which have different countries.
8 associations.
8 associations,
Yes.
which have different countries. We have Sudanese, Congolese, we have Tanzanian, Rwandese, Burundans, and also have people from Nigeria, Liberia, also Gambia,
Yes.
also some people from American. So we are so many. As I'm coming as MP, what I'm going to change, like to improve, as to I'll make a survey about our problems to see
Yes.
what I'm going to see to get the solution to those problems.
Yes.
And like for example, I can use the problem of academic,
Yes.
which been a big problem for us. Like
Why is
especially
that a problem for international students?
especially those people are doing high certificate.
Yes.
So people are coming from Zambia.
Yeah.
We have one student came from there. She wanted to do medicine,
Yeah.
but she studied HEC. But in the end, she didn't start to do medicine.
Yes.
Also, we have issues of language barrier,
Yes.
which I'm going to work with the Dean of Education
Yes.
to see how they can have a special course in it, which they can help them English course to improve the spelling of English, how to write English very well.
Yes.
And we have another problem is about mental health, which is very important.
Okay.
Some people come from other countries and they have issues of health,
Yeah.
like which I'm going to have with the Department of Counseling to see how we can have a session every semester
Yeah.
to help them
Yeah.
to discuss with people which have some addiction to drugs, everything. So
Yeah.
we also have another issues which I'm going to change is
Yes.
about halls. Some people came and to get a place in campus.
Yes.
It's coming from far, you don't know Mukono very well, don't know the place. So to see how they can have a special hall for them in
Yes.
campus,
Yes.
especially Swambi or Sabiti, special hall which they can help them to know each other. And another issues which international students we have
Yes.
is about tuition fees. You know, we are in this country, but people that have already think that even international students have money. For
Yes.
example, me, I'm coming from Congo, and someone told me, so you have gold, and I never seen even gold in my life. So, and that make you feel that people think you have money.
Yes.
And it's not. Also,
It's
I
not
come
true.
here to study, and our parents suffering outside where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see how we can make a survey by day for international students,
Yes.
so we can help them
Yes.
with that issues.
Thank you very much. You bring up a range of important issues that I think do affect your community, and sometimes maybe people don't realize. But also importantly, you remind people that just being international student doesn't mean you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or for your case, gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. We have our dear sister here as well. Why do you think you're the best person to represent? He has said there are 8 different associations of international students, all the way from Tanzania to America. Why do you think you're the best person to be able to lead and represent them?
Thank you so much.
Yes. Please speak loudly.
Okay, just like he has mentioned, very many countries, and we are all coming from different cultures from those different countries as well. So as we gather, as he has said, we are 8 or even more.
Yeah.
All those ones are having their different cultures, and we are termed as one, as international students.
Yeah.
So there is need for inclusivity, and
Yes.
so I'm looking towards that we are included in each and every activity, because sometimes international students feel left out, or even
Yes.
they decide to put themselves out of some activities of the university,
Yes.
thinking maybe they are not part, but however, it is a university and we are a community now that we are in here. So there is that aspect of inclusivity, and a lot of problems, like he has really mentioned, are exactly what we are going through. So I come up with an idea of looking for solutions. I'm a solution seeker. So going for a win-win solution, everything that you're looking into, how do we do this? How do we do the others? So
What do you have to say for, voters out there who maybe have not seen you express yourself as a solution seeker? In your record, is there anything that they can hold on and say, yeah, she's the one and she will be able to achieve this?
Basically, within university, I have not participated so much, but from South Sudan, where I'm the acting Attorney General of the association. So we are working.
Sudan Students Association.
Yes, South Sudan Students Association in Uganda Christian University.
Yeah.
And I've been working with a team, and we have been looking at the same problems that he has been mentioning, to see how we can include each other all over Uganda and within the university as well. So as we speak currently, actually, our students from South Sudan have been participating in inter-university sports.
Yes.
For South Sudanese students in Uganda.
Yes.
So we have gone out there and really we have represented well, and we have been doing well. So those are solutions you come to look. As we are in Uganda, we still remain as South Sudanese, but how do we get to know each other from other different universities?
Yes.
Through having things like sports,
Yes.
through including each other in conferences, so such solutions that we look for as youths are really commendable.
Our comrade here talked about issues around mental health. Is that something you agree is a key problem?
Yes. Like he has said, if someone is traveling from all the way from Malawi to come and do medicine, and then they reach here and they're doing higher education certificate, and then at the end of it all they are told to do something. They fall in a category of doing something else.
Yes.
It is going to really trigger them, and they're going to question their decision of coming to Uganda.
Yes.
Really, did I make the right decision? I wish I remained back. I would have still done my medicine,
Yes.
or something of that sort. So such a person needs to be sat down and talked to, either to take the decision or look for another solution,
Yes.
to see to it that she can attain what makes her happy.
All right, thank you very much. My brother, you have spoken about several problems. She brings up an issue of relating more with other universities to be able to, have more solidarity, more numbers, and also to understand each other. What more do you think, as a leader, you can do to make sure that the international students at UCU are not left alone? Are together with the international students at other universities?
What you can do, as now we have Congolese Association in Uganda,
Yes.
which is called SECO, which have all the Congolese association in even universities like East Africa, Victoria. So we have a communion together, we have a meeting.
Yes.
And to help international students also needs you to have some network,
Yes.
is to if the university to help us to see
Yes.
how they can help us to some event like sport,
Yeah.
like culture gala event,
Yes.
like East Africa organize some event, some
Yeah.
culture gala,
Yes.
which help people know that at university you have, at the East Africa, we have Tanzania Association,
Yes.
we have Nigerian Association, which they can connect with international students at Uganda Christian University.
Yes. And how can international students, this is a question to both of you, how can international students be helped to feel more at home, to interact more with other students, especially the nationals, so that they're not like a group somewhere in the corner?
What I can answer that question is to put them in every event, like to make them so also to be interested. Like I can say the real example, which is activities under university. Like last time we had the culture gala of the 25th government, Sudanese representatives. That one make us feel that all us also have a voice in university. We can also participate in every event in university, like politics, culture gala, to be in charge. So we see how also we can say also we have all of us we are in the same family.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. And same question goes to you.
Yeah, thank you. There is nothing so different from what he has really said, because if you need a community to be together, you need to put an activity that will really bring them together.
Yes.
Like we had already mentioned that international students are, in most cases, they feel the activities of the universities are not there. But if you push them, if you push these activities to them and present them to them, trust me, they're coming up to participate. So different activities, like they're already existing, but if there is need for push for more, for them to come in.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, we hope to see more international students vying for even yield and some of these positions. That would be nice. But as we move to a close, just some opinion, especially on the East African community. As leaders, you expected to know some of these pertinent issues. What do you make of, the continued integration of the East African community? Your country is the last to be added and has the second last. Just in 30 seconds, as we close.
What I can say about the East African community, my president have tried to know how we can be included as East African community.
Yeah.
And but now nothing have changed in our side.
Yeah.
I can say until now Congolese still paying visa on the border.
Yes, I believe that is going to end next year.
Yeah, until now, us Congolese, like I can say East Africa.
Yeah.
People we are like international, so we are not like in East Africa community. We pay so much money than others.
Yes.
And they're still working on it.
Yes.
And to be included in East Africa community is very, very good, important things, because all of us speak the same language.
Yes.
Which they've included in education, like Swahili.
Yeah.
Which can all of us communicated. Can go to Tanzania, can go to Rwanda, to Burundi.
Yes.
So all of us are the same people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And lastly,
Thank you once again. The inclusivity in the East African community is really key. Just like the Congo is on the process of being included.
Yes.
I think in the beginning of July or towards the end, we were informed of a group that has gone to work hand in hand with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Prime Minister to see to it that they can see how they can now go into depth into the process of including Congo, which is a very good thing. And also what is also happening is Somalia is also vowing to be included in this association, this community, which is really good, because when we work together as one, this is one way that really, as Africa, we need to strive. And if you work in communities, just like we are saying, international students in UCU, then we look in Uganda and then East Africa, we can also do the same with Africa.
Thank you very much. And as we close, I'd like to just get a couple of questions from our. There's a question for you, Honorable. What is your solution to the Banyamulenge question in Congo? How will he handle tribalism back home, not to be reflected in the university society? Is a question from.
That's okay. You repeat the question, please.
What is your solution? This question goes to the Honorable from Congo.
Okay.
What is your solution to the Banyamulenge question in Congo? How will he handle tribalism back home, not to be reflected in our university society?
I think to get a solution to that, like I always told my friends, all my community where I'm coming from, that all of us are the same people. Like someone like me, let me take example, I can marry Ugandan. My child or my baby, she's going to be directly Ugandan. It's the same of Banyago for
among the Congolese community,
Yeah,
all these people, right?
Yeah, among the Banyamulenge. The Banyamulenge, the people
yeah.
which
No, I mean as among the students association.
Yeah.
There are Congolese of all these types.
Yeah, we are Congolese.
So
of
how
all
do you
these
ensure that you guys stay united?
Ensure that first we have an association which organize election.
Yeah.
It's going to be taken in December.
Yeah.
So in a cabinet or in our committee, every part of the country is represented, like
Yes.
the president, the vice president. Now the president is from the east, but the vice president is from the west. So from the north also, the president of electoral commission.
Yes.
So every party is represented,
Yes.
and everyone is welcome because all of us are the same people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. And there you have it from the gentleman. He says in their operations within their association, such things don't really matter because the key value is representation. And that marks it for today. I would like to give each of you just 10 seconds to talk to your voters and maybe call them to action in terms of the voting. Yes. Starting with you.
What I can say, that to say thank you for them for us for their support, and we told them that to vote for us. We are the good leaders which are going to make them proud and to work so hard. It's not because like we're not going to be selfish, but to work for the love for international student, because I have passed among those problems and they knows how we're going to get the solution. Just call them to vote for us and to trust us.
Thank you very much. In 10 seconds, please.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what I can say is this leadership is not just for us or for me, it's for all of us. So it includes teamwork. So when you participate through election, it means you're working hand in hand with us. So it is us to raise up our voices and work together. So I am here to represent you through your voice. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That brings us to the end of this particular session where we were interviewing members of members from the international community vying to be MPs, of course, of the same. And thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you. And I hope all the international students do come and exercise their right to vote for you. And
thank you.
Good luck. May the best player win the game.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, our dear viewers from Uganda Christian University, we are continuing with this very important process in the run-up to the upcoming elections. Together with me, different candidates from different constituents. We are spending today, of course, asking them what they aspire to do for you in the event that you elect them as your member of parliament for your different constituents. Right now, we are moving on to discuss a session around the college, which happens to be Engineering, Design, and Technology. And you're most welcome, our dear aspirants. Yes, and of course, before we move into the different issues that you want to address, would like to start by quick introductions. And I'll start with you, lady on my immediate left.
Thank you so much.
Could you be a bit?
Thank you very much. My name is Lizea Kovzari, third year student engineering, and I'm aspiring for the post of MP, Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology.
Which engineering?
Civil and Environmental Engineering.
Okay, that's interesting. And what is your slogan?
Propel in progress.
Propel in progress.
Yes.
That's a very engineering slogan. Yes, the lady in the middle.
Thank you very much. My name is Priscilla Denise Mwanguzi, a first-year student of our Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm running for the post of MP Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology.
All right. And what is your slogan?
My slogan is Integrity and Transparency, our foundation.
All right. This is Propel Foundation. And finally, the lady on the far right. Yes.
My name is Nasiru Gadena.
Yes.
Currently doing computer science year 2, and I'm running for the post of member of parliament.
Yes.
Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology.
All right.
My slogan is Unity in Diversity.
All right. Thank you very much, and it's good to have you here, Dan. And the Bible says those who come last will come first. So I'd like to start with you. So why do you think you're the best candidate on this panel to be the member of parliament for Engineering, Design and Technology?
I have been a leader.
Yes.
I'm class representative.
Currently,
class representative.
Okay. Yeah.
For BSCS year 2.
Yeah.
Currently secretary in the Google Students Club, and currently leading the Millennium Fellowship, which is a UN-based fellowship,
Yes.
the US cohort.
Yes.
And I believe that through this practice I have gained
Yes.
insights, and I know that I can use these experiences I have gained to lead innovative, creative leaders in
Yes.
the Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology. I also believe in transparency, whereby everything I do, I know that everyone should know about it. And by doing this, it helps you get feedback from the people you are leading, and this helps you improve. I also believe in servant leadership, knowing that as Jesus served, I should also serve. I'm not a leader to make orders, I'm a leader to serve.
All right. Thank you very much, and that's for that good submission. And I would like to move to you. All I remember is you want to lay a strong foundation, being, of course, an engineer. But what are some of the key issues that you see in our School of Engineering that you want to address?
The key issues I see. First of all, I noticed that our faculty is not exactly engaging. I realized that most people only come to campus when they have classes. So we could bring up things like clubs, such as the coding club, the robotics club, that keeps people more engaged, so they can keep around campus, get to know each other more, and interact more. And also, kind of unity. We are 3 departments under one faculty: the computing department, the engineering department, and the arts department. So we need more of unity and togetherness in our department. In our faculty, and this can actually be done by getting a body, an association that combines all the 3 departments. Because as of now, we only have the Engineers Association
Yep.
and an upcoming Computing Association.
Yep.
So getting a body that combines the three departments would be a very lovely thing.
All right. Why do you think engineering students are not interacting with each other? Is the cost hard?
No.
Or it's just the nature of the profession?
Oh, it's not hard. It's not the nature of the profession. But by engineering, you mean only the engineer?
I mean, throughout.
entire faculty?
Yes.
Yeah, we collaborate, right? But
Yeah.
like of recent, we have had an engineering gala, a sports gala, right?
Yeah.
And if you were there, you would notice that it was mainly filled with only people who are doing civil engineering. You would hardly find anyone doing computer science, IT, anyone doing visual arts.
Yes.
So I feel like that it kind of brings a bit of disunity there.
Yeah.
So having one association would
Yeah.
create more of a unity in the faculty as well.
All right. Thank you very much. And Madam Desire here, what is the biggest problem facing School of Engineering currently?
The biggest problem?
Yeah.
I would not only term one problem as the biggest,
Yeah.
because we are facing a number of issues,
Okay.
and that is not only, like, each department has its own issues, because it is a faculty that has 3 departments under it. Because I'm an engineering student, I would definitely know more about engineering, the problems that we're facing.
Yes, please.
But of course, as a leader, I must research and know what problems all the other departments are facing, because you're not only coming to serve one department.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about each department and the problem that is facing each of them.
Yeah.
For the engineering department, we are facing a number of issues. If I could start with year one, for year ones, I feel like the issues, because I've been a year one and I know the issues that I faced in year one.
Yeah.
For year one, they come expecting so much practicability, because this is a course that is a hands-on course.
Yeah.
So they expect to do so much of practicals, which I actually know that is not really there. Like in year one, you may be doing foundation courses and they feel like we are not doing anything practical.
Yeah.
But as year ones, they have a program that is recess, and it's done at the end of year one. So you stay in school to do recess, which is a hands-on program. And the problem that we face in recess is that we do each module for only a week. So I don't think that we get enough hands-on experience in only 1 week. Because as a student, I don't think I can learn the whole construction in only 1 week. I will not learn how to construct a whole house in a week.
Does this problem cut across to computer as well, and among others?
Yes, they also do recess.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like what we could do more is advocate for more time for those modules that are hands-on, so that the students can get more practice and more experience.
Yes.
And then another issue that we are facing is, I think, interacting with the people up there, because we have so many issues of missing marks, so many issues of missing coursework marks, and they frustrate you. Your marks can go missing in year one, and getting them is like in year 4. And some people even miss graduation because of such issues.
Yeah.
And as a student, I have had missing marks. I got missing marks in year 1, and I think I got them last semester. But I noticed it's not a hard issue if you meet the right people.
So it's a communication problem. How do you intend to station yourself?
What I intend to do on that is, because I talked to the head of department myself, and that's how I was able to get my marks. But this is someone who teaches us in year 2. That's when you get to know that, oh, I'm actually supposed to go to the head of department, because once the lecturers submit the marks, they have no say after that.
Yeah.
So what I intend to do is like create a time where I'm going to call it, let's say, meet your MP, because I will talk to the class representatives and talk to the head of departments for each class.
Yeah.
And we'll know that every day, let's say, for example, every Friday, the class representatives will have to bring all their issues, then we shall submit them. So in the department, we intend to create a time, for example, where we know that today, Friday afternoon, the department is only working on student issues, so that they're able to talk to those people and they get their marks.
All right. Thank you very much. I'd like to go back to Diana. You, of course, a leader already, as you stated earlier, with the school, but also Millennium Fellowship, which I was personally also honored to lead at Makerere back in university. But I would like to ask you, to what problems do you intend to apply that experience? What are some of the key areas that you want to apply your leadership to be able to make a change in this 1 year where you will be an MP?
Thank you so much for the question. First of all, as my colleague Priscilla talked, that our faculty has 3 departments, and the departments are not naturally united. We are studying diverse we have a diverse curriculum. It's hard to unite a design student with an engineering student, with a computer science student or an IT student. So from my leadership practice, I found out that getting people engaged, creating programs where people can be engaged and working together would be a very nice thing. Like if we created a workshop for the engineering faculty and we involve everyone in the faculty, that would be so nice. Then another challenge in our faculty is communication. I think the communication problem cuts across the university. However, I found it challenging in our faculty that when someone wants to communicate something, the communication channel is so long that by the time it reaches the student body, no one can. I mean, the students have received the communication so late. So I will solve this by creating a group that involves all the students in the faculty, so that everyone receives information at the same time. Then also, the current guild government was working towards creating a faculty union. This union is aimed at uniting everyone in the faculty.
And you intend to continue that?
I intend to continue.
All right. Thank you very much. And we have a couple of questions from the listeners online before we close the session. The first one is pretty long. My question goes to the lady seated in the middle. I believe that is you, though she's also in the middle of us. As an engineer, consider a scenario where engineering students face missing lectures, an unfavorable timetable, and the problem of missing marks. There's a long engineering question here. Let L represent the percentage of lectures attended, and T the level of timetable inconvenience, and M the percentage of missing marks. Define the composite function P open brackets LTM that mathematically models the overall academic performance of engineering students. How do you propose to optimize this function to address these challenges and enhance the students' learning experience? I believe the core of the question is in the first sentence, unfavorable timetable and lectures, but also how to enhance the students' learning experience.
I kind of beg your pardon, I first start.
How do you intend to enhance the students' learning experience, considering issues like unfavorable timetable and missing lecturers and missing marks? How do you intend to deal with some of those problems?
Okay, for the for the unfavorable timetable, it depends on how unfavorable it is. It might be unfavorable, like in terms of someone has some personal issues to tend to.
I believe they mean in terms of group. Yeah, like as a general problem, not personal.
So like, can you like elaborate on how?
No. The issue is just the overall student experience. How do you intend to make sure the problems students face are dealt with by the rightful authorities?
Well, first of all, it's open communication. Right? So some people face issues and tend to keep them to themselves, right? So I believe in open communication.
How will you ensure open communication?
Well, I kind of expect people to personally come to me, right, and tell me, oh, this is the issue we're facing, right? Can you help us solve it? Then I intend to talk to my superiors and my fellow colleagues, right, on finding a way of sorting out that issue, that particular issue that has been addressed. So let me say for the issue of timetables, we can, let me say, talk to the lecturers or the tutors at that point in time and try and find like a favorable time for the lecture to take place.
Our time is fast spent, and there's one more question. But thanks for that. I believe you speak about communication. To the MP Engineering, to Desire. Art is a department that isn't catered for by the engineering department. How do you plan on handling this? Briefly, please.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I would like, for the art department, we all know that yes, it's not really catered for, but the current guild try to work on that by creating an association that really brings them on board. But the issue was they were working with third years who are leaving. You know, when people are leaving the school, they're not really involved. But what we're going to do is start this with the first years who are from way back down, so that they get involved, so that they pass on the communication to us. What we're going to do is create that association that brings them on board, and then make sure that all their needs are also catered for, so that they can speak to us. I think it's just because they are well neglected. So what we need to do is get in touch with them, engage them, so that we bring them on board, and so that they can also feel part of the faculty, because they are. So we need to bring them on board.
Thank you very much. And the last question goes to you. How do you intend to increase interaction between engineering all these faculties, but also engineering and other courses, for example, law school and these other institutions?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Currently, there are opportunities available for all students who want to join, and that is the Google Developer Students Club. Everyone can join, and it's welcome for everyone. The problem is communication in university, that even though there are opportunities available, students don't get to know them because there's no platform where opportunities are shared. So I plan on creating this platform, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's on TikTok, Twitter, where these opportunities are available to students, and all students in campus can join.
All right, thank you very much, and all of you for your time. I would like to give each of you just 10 seconds to call out to your voters, of course, to make sure that they come and exercise their mandate come voting day. I'll start with you.
Thank you. To all our dear voters, Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology, I thank you so much for the support that you've showed me from the start until now, and I request you that come the 15th of November, please vote Kobzare Desire as your MP, that we can bring on all these good ideas that we have on board to develop our faculty and make it a better place for each one of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Desire, and yes, please.
Good afternoon to you all. I am here to urge all of you I'm here to urge all of you to support me and to give me your vote come Wednesday next week. And you may vote me for MP Faculty of Engineering, Design and Technology. And I believe if given the opportunity, I will serve you all to the best of my abilities. Thank you very much.
And finally, your call to action.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for viewing, and to all my voters, come next week 15th. Please vote for me as your MP, and do not just vote, intentionally vote. Come next week. Thank you so much for your support as we move through this journey together. I pray we all serve well, and we pray we serve you as servants.
All right. Thank you very much, my dear panelists and honorables to be. It was an honor having you here, and I hope that the dear viewers have been able to listen in and will make the choice carefully. I was just wondering whether there are boys in all these four faculties, but it's a pretty interesting panel right here. That's all female in a male-dominated field. I think the future is bright. And all right, thank you very much, and yes, for your time.
Thank you, too.
Yeah.